At the end of May 2018, where was I? I was eager, excited, scared, and not too sure what to expect how the next year and a half would go. I was new to education, but not new to my field. I chose education to help me become a better educator for the respiratory program. Little did I know I would become a better learner. If it wasn't for my husband in those first few months, or my in-laws helping me with my son during video sessions or long weekends working on assignments, I would have failed. Without the encouragement of my mom and dad always believing in me to do better things, I would not continue to strive for better success. Also, many of my coworkers that pushed me towards this degree and helped me with some of the logistical ideas from education that I was not aware of at the time. There were many lows throughout the past year. I can reflect back to the time I was overwhelmed and was sick on and off throughout a course. I have a chronic autoimmune disorder that I recently got diagnosed with while in the program. I have struggled through many, but worse during some. This particular one, I needed an extension. I had started taking new meds and was sick all weekend. This is the course that I made a lower than expected grade. I cried for the first time ever about my grades. I felt like I worked so hard for it and I deserved an A. Then I thought back to what this was all about, and I had to remember that the grade does not define me. That is what I'm teaching my students. It is the learning that counts. But I believe the best feeling was the day that Dr. Harapnik asked to use my Developing a Growth Mindset post for an example. I remember that student today that it was about. She still struggled to pass her boards, even after she graduated. But she never gave up, and she is now a respiratory therapist. After finishing the CSLE course with Dr. Harapnik, I told my instructors that day we are going to have to try something different with her and not let her give up or give up on her. We remediated her and she came back that fall with the best attitude and killed it till she graduated this past May. After that, I knew this was the real deal and I was in and committed to this program wholeheartedly. I literally cannot believe how much work, plans, data, research, projects, and information has been developed on my ePortfolio now that I am taking a look back. I'm living out most of the plans that I have put into place. I was thrown into my job. I had no idea what to do when I got here. I just did it. I've learned that there are so many changes that I need to make to my courses after experiencing the UBD goals in the 3-column table. I tend to like to work backwards. I like to look at the big picture and then learn where to go from there. One of my favorite courses was building the online course. I teach face-to-face, but I like to preload everything on Blackboard for the students to have everything done to be prepared for the class. This course helped me with the design of my Blackboard course, and especially my hybrid course. I also think building the professional learning outline and knowing it is a great idea to embed your links to the outline really is awesome for future reference. This will work great for my next innovation plan. Everything has been and will be great use. I was not sure what I was going to get out of this program in the beginning, but what I did want is to learn to be a better educator. Little did I know I was getting way more than that. I learned how to be a better learner. That was the first step. Then I learned how to offer choice, ownership, voice, and authenticity to my students. Lastly, I learned how to be a better digital educator that will provide my program and students with the opportunity to grow in this ever-changing world of technology. Even though my innovation plan has not yet been put into play, I still call it a success for me. It is a success because it led me in a path I need to go to help my program to be more updated and a better success. It also tells me that I would need to do more training or to take a different route for reflection for my students if they are going to get the proper feedback that they deserve. I have learned throughout the DLL journey that I could focus more on my lecture courses to make them great. There are so many different things that I need to be doing to help my students become better learners and students, but I lack the time. I spend most of my time in simulation that I lack time to focus on the core, or should I say the meat of the program. I plan on working harder to put my skills into play and build my courses as I lay them out in my plan. I do know that this program pushed me to want to make simulation better and how it is helping my students become a better respiratory therapist. I hope to build a position for someone in the future to handle simulation all by itself. The position I'm currently in cannot take on another task. I believe that this is a place that the program needs to work on. This is bittersweet as it comes to an end. I always love learning, and this time it was the most fun I've had learning, except for that time I was in clinical watching open heart surgery or at the ag farm playing with the calves. Now it's time to focus on putting all the things I've learned into play to make the respiratory program here at Angelina College better and more successful. Also spend more time with that little boy who asked if I'm going to be on the computer all day on Sunday. There are so many more things for me to learn, and I plan to continue to learn through continuing education, through the COVA and CSLE, Twitter, Facebook, and journals. I also follow Dr. Hratnick and Dr. Thibodeau, and I continue to watch their videos and learn more. Well, next, I am working on a remediation plan for students through simulation. My RN partner and I are attending IMSH conference in San Diego in January. After that week, hopefully we will have more training and learn more to put into play for our SIM Center. After that, hopefully I will prepare for the hiring process of program director and hopefully get published.